Arsenal looking at Red Bull Salzburg striker Kieron KS1. The 18-year-old was recently on loan to Leipzig FC from Austrian second division, where he scored a starting 9 goals and got 8 assists in 14 appearances. And that's a sick record for any 18-year-old at professional level, and it's the reason why he was installed into the top 50 kids born after 2001. Now, we're not the only club that are in for him. The likes of Barcelona were looking at him, Bayern Munich know about him, and Liverpool. But this is a player, I think, if we can strike early and get him over the line before the plaudits start coming in, really, then I think we can get this deal done. He's still only playing in Austria, and Arsenal would be a big move for him. Now, if we show some real gusto in getting in these young talented players, and build for the future, I think this could be one that definitely worth going. This is one that I think we should press for, because I think with the likes of Martinelli and Saka, so why not start building a team around young players? Add a bit of experience in there, and the sky's the limit. This kid's a real talent, and if we, like I said, if we can get in there early, I think we can get him in. Kieron KS1, watch out for him, because he's an absolute beast. Now, next up, these two names that have been doing the rounds in the transfer speculation when it comes to Arsenal, it keeps on popping up, which is making people think there's legs with it. But this is what I'm talking about. You need to look a bit deeper. Sometimes you need to read between the lines. Donny van de Beek. What a player he would be at Arsenal. The midfield maestro, box to box, brings a lot to his game, can pass, your typical classy sort of Dutch player. And he seems like one of the very few that have been left to the wayside, with the likes of De Ligt, Ziyech, and De Jong going to Barcelona. Now, it's probably not the case, and he's just biding his time before he finds and makes the right move, which is smart of him. But obviously there's clubs lotching out for Van der Beek, and Liverpool being one of them. Now, I see the Van der Beek link a fair few times now, so I thought I'd look into it. I thought I'd do a bit of investigation. And looking into it, there's really nothing apart from a few quotes from a couple of ex-players or a couple of pundits that say Arsenal could do with a Donny van de Beek. Now, Arsenal could do with a Donny van de Beek, and after Aubameyang leaves, they're going to need a Jovic or another top-class striker to take his position. But it doesn't mean we're going to get him. There's no actual link. The speculation just seems a bit wishy-washy, and I just feel like it's another way where eventually, if Van der Beek doesn't come to Arsenal, it will be a Arsenal miss out on again. Now, I don't think that's the case. If Arsenal were going for Van der Beek, I think he's a player they could actually probably get, because although Ajax are in the Champions League, Ajax is very much a stepping stone club, and it's one of them teams that if you probably stay there for too long, your stock falls pretty quickly, and the next starlet is usually picked up by someone. So, do I think we get Donny van de Beek? We could do. Who knows? But the speculation out there at the moment is weak. So I wouldn't believe anything on that. Next, now this one certainly isn't going away. Hakimi at Borussia Dortmund, the right back, solid, attacking. Looks like a top player. Looks like he could have a very good future ahead of him, which is why Real Madrid bought him. But again, the speculation's weak. When it comes to me looking into where this speculation or rumours come from, I'm not seeing anything that says that Arteta has sent scouts out to look at him, which he could well have done. I've not seen anything that's linking him with the club, player's agent, or anything like that. The transfer rumours really just stem from the fact that Arsenal might be looking for a right back, and Hakimi would be a suitable option for that in that position. Again, nothing that's tying it down to say that Hakimi's after going to Arsenal, or even there's scouts looking at Hakimi, which I'm sure there probably are, but there's no link. The real strong link I see to him is at Tottenham. I've seen that Chelsea have been linked with him, but for me that doesn't ring true. Where they've got the likes of Tomori and Reece James coming through and doing a really good job at Chelsea, and Lampard loves the fact that they're bringing through youth and giving them a chance that are coming through the ranks. So I can't see him going against that and bringing in a Hakimi who would need to be playing week in, week out from the start. And essentially what you're saying also is by bringing a Hakimi, that spells the end for Hector Bellerin. Now, is Arteta really going to prioritise the position of right back as a position where he needs to strengthen straight away when the likes of Aubameyang are leaving, Lacazette is potentially leaving, Torreira there's links with leaving, centre backs that are leaving? Is the position of right back really that pressing for a transfer window which with the COVID-19 stuff is going to be a bit of a unknown territory? I don't know, but for me, I can't see it. And he seems very much like a Jose Mourinho player, and I can see him definitely going that direction. So Hakimi, I can't see it. And don't be disappointed if we don't get him. Now this next name's a name that everyone will know. Mario Gotze, once regarded as one of the best young players in world football. But how he's dropped off, especially since his shock move to Bayern Munich at the time, not getting much game time there, didn't really work out. He went back to Dortmund and he's failed to recapture his form. This is a player who many would love to see at Arsenal and maybe spark something which would rekindle and bring back the player that we all thought we was going to see. Recently, speaking to Sport Blin, the 27-year-old German has stated that he's not going to sign a new contract at Borussia Dortmund, meaning he's going to go on a free at the end of the season. His time over in Germany is done, and where's the next destination? Could it possibly be England? There's been a lot of speculation of Gotze going to England, and especially to Arsenal recently. This is because we haven't got a replacement for Aaron Ramsey, and the fact that a lot of previous old players, legends as well, have said that a Mario Gotze type player coming to Arsenal would be a perfect replacement for Aaron Ramsey. The link's there. It's an easy link to make. With the likes of Danny Ceballos possibly not making his loan deal a permanent one, and Mesut Ozil in his final year of his current contract, the replacement seems like an easy switch. Maybe Ozil being there would help Mario Gotze settle in. But how real are these speculations? How close is this deal to being done? Is it possibly something that they're already speaking about? Is it something that's in the pipeline? Especially with Arsenal's finances, another free transfer could be the smart way to go. Now, we've been linked with a lot of creative central midfielders, and it's a position that we need, so it's an easy link. But you have to remember, another club that are in for him, Liverpool. It seems to be a name, the player that we're linked with seems to always be linked with a Liverpool. Similar styles? I don't know. But for me, this is a deal that is some way off. With the link with Gotze and Klopp being so strong, the only thing stopping them from joining Liverpool would be the fact that Klopp doesn't feel that he's at the right qualities or he's at the right level to bring something extra to Liverpool. But if he's not the right level there, do you think he's at the right level here? Is Mario Gotze really the answer? On paper, it looks really good. It's a free transfer, he's a German international. But he's not been anywhere near the player he looked like he was going to be. He's not progressed much at all. In fact, niggling injuries and an inconsistent play has left him somewhat undesired in the European transfer market. Is this really the route to go? Or has he still got some qualities that could come through if he's given the trust to show that he can do it? It remains to be seen. But I don't think the links to Mario Gotze are as strong as what they're saying. But on a free transfer, you never know. So watch this space. And this one won't go away. And the reason why is because I think there's something to it. This one, Luka Jovic. We all know about the guy. We all know that he had an excellent season with Frankfurt. I think I got that right. But since his big money move to Real Madrid, it's not quite hit the heights. But could this be a part of Mikel Arteta's plan B? You may be thinking, bruv, what are you talking about, plan B? Have you even got a plan A? When I say plan B, if you watch Mikel Arteta's most recent interview, it says that he's preparing for 3 eventualities. 3 scenarios. What could them scenarios be? Arsenal have loads of money. Arsenal have loads of money. Arsenal have a bit of dough. Arsenal don't have a pot to in. And plan B could be the one where we're going in for loans, we're going in for freebies, and we might spend a little bit on maybe one essential. This is why I'm saying this could be plan B. Because the crux of this transfer, the one major thing that I'm hearing that Arteta wants is to take him on a loan. Now you're probably thinking, why a loan? Well, if I'm honest, it's a bit of a risk on our part to be taking a player who's had a £50 million move from Germany to Spain and has not done anything at all. And this is something we need to take into account because we're currently in a situation where these big money risks, you can't take them anymore. The money that we spent on Lacazette and that we will lose on Lacazette is something that can't really happen now. These risks cannot be taken at Arsenal anymore because we're not in that situation. We haven't got a Champions League football and we're not bringing in the amount of money that we used to do. In fact, this was the first year that Stan Kroenke took a loss. A loss. But he's still here. He's still here. But how much longer can he be at a club that are losing money? It remains to be seen. So, what I'm probably guessing is he's going to be a little bit more cautious in the transfer market. He's going to have to be more astute, tactful when it comes to spending money, which we can't say exactly hasn't been so far in his time at Arsenal. But now, what does the Serbian international bring to the party? He's a great target man, something that would be essential in the style of play that we play at. With our high wingers bringing the likes of Pepe, Saka, Martinelli, Reece Nelson, and potentially Fraser or Willian or one of the other wingers that we bring in. That kind of play is what we've been missing, even to a certain extent when Aubameyang's been there. There will be people out there saying, bruv, what are you talking about, mate? Aubameyang's smashing about 35, 40 goals a season. Now, you lost your mind. What I mean is, although Aubameyang, a very, very, very good striker, in fact, world-class striker and world-class finisher, one of the best in Europe, he's not a target man. And definitely neither is Lacazette. But what Jovic could bring, he could bring players into play, he's got a great pass, and he's a constant thorn in defenders' side. Something which he hasn't been since his time at the Bernabeu. But you don't become a bad player overnight. This just feels like he's made the wrong move at the wrong time. I mean, Real Madrid, they're not exactly the most friendliest, forgiving, patient of fans, are they? Even some of the best struggle to win over the fans of the Bernabeu. And these wrong moves can happen. But this guy scored 27 goals in 48 games in all competition, getting 7 assists. That doesn't go overnight. And it wasn't a one-season wonder, because the season before, at 19, he still nearly hit a ratio of 1 to 2 goals in every game. This player's class. This player really does have the potential to recapture the form that made Real Madrid look at him in the first place. With Madrid known for being ruthless and a rebuild which they've been trying to do for the last 3 to 4 seasons, I think this is an opportunity we have to take. Jovic is a player they do not want there. This is Arsenal's chance to get a world-class striker or a top-class striker when he's available. Do I see it happening? It's got potential. And with Real Madrid short of a striker, with Karim Benzema surely, eventually coming to the end of his career at the Bernabeu, I think they've been going to be looking for a replacement. and they're going to be looking to get Jovic off the books to at least free up some wages. So Luka Jovic to Arsenal, it's got legs. Can I see it? If Real Madrid are willing to let us have him on loan, and if that's the case, it's something we need to get done because Aubameyang's gone and Lacazette ain't the answer. So Luka Jovic, although some people are saying you need to get in a defensive midfielder because the striker's not a problem, when you'll have no strikers, it will be a problem. Let's get this one done. So be sure to catch me on Sunday's episode of the Transfer Exchange Show, The Review, where you'll be getting an insight on what top talent's coming out from Spain. And as always, I'm here to give my opinion on what's the most credible, hottest transfer news and what transfer news belongs in the toilet. So be sure to catch me Sunday, 8, Sonny TV Arsenal for the weekly review of the Transfer Exchange Show. On that note, peace out.